So if you look a little bit down the road, you will see a big mountain side, and my navigation is telling me that we are going up there. So that would actually mean a climb. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks from below. I do see a statue of a beaver here, which is quite nice actually. There, if you look behind, we can see, oh, it's a bear even. Bit of a weird bear, but a bear nevertheless. Really, how are we gonna climb all this?
This is what makes a biker so excited.
I just want to take a second to take it in. But then my navigation just said, nah, you're gonna do another one. Hello. At least you get to see a little bit more of the Stelvio. So this is actually the best view that I can give you. That was freaking awesome. It feels like coming home somehow. Guten Morgen, Goedemorgen and good morning from the beautiful place of Harz in the center of Germany. We just leaving the hotel. My better half had a reunion here as they grew up. So I get the privilege to just make the drop and then go by bike, as I'm the only biker at home, unfortunately. We have an amazing route today. I was not expecting to be here, but it was like this last minute decision that we made. And it was hell to come here, let me tell you. Yesterday, it was 35 degrees for like half the trip as it was past my working hours. And that was a lot. I melted away. So I was very happy to arrive here and now able to do this route here. So what are you able to see today? Well, the Harz Mountain area is a vast area. A lot of square kilometers. Harz literally translates to forest, as you can see. So for the Netherlands, this is actually one of the closest areas that you can go to by bike to actually see mountains. We're not in flat Kansas anymore. So this is the lake that we're staying at, which is a Staumauer. So it also has a dam on the other side for drink water. And we have a lovely route today. It's going to take us roughly about 6 hours to complete with 280 kilometers. So it is quite a distance, but because you don't have the really tight curves going up in a mountain, that is actually doable. So we have a big walking bridge, we have an old castle to explore, even something with witches, I was promised. But anyway, sit back, enjoy, and I'll check in very, very soon again. And that's the type of architecture that you can probably expect here in the entire valley. Germany always has something for me. Like if you go to Trier and the Nürnberg Ring, of course, it's really, really nice, curvy and long water bodies to drive around. Then if you have Schwarzwald, which is all forest, like a deep black forest, and a lot of like small passes. So I want to call them passes, yes. Passes, and then you have Harz, and because I've never been here, and this is really going to be an adventure, I have no idea what to expect. Everybody kept telling me that I had to go here, but I only did minimum research just to find a couple of spots that I might want to check out, but everything else driving is new. Actually, that old type building, the German building, you should see a lot around here, so I would expect us to see that a lot also in this upcoming ride. And always wave to bikers. You see so many bikers here. So Harz in the center of Germany. I think this is a place for bikers. As the cars are going to start again. It's just so nice. There's just a smile on my face. Like it's a shame of the cyclist and everything else. I just been driving for, what is it, maybe 10-20 minutes. It is so lovely, those curves. If I would have known, I would have done this so much earlier. And others need to enjoy as well, right? We all use the road together. Wow, 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 wow. This. Guys, girls, everybody that's watching, this is nice. I miss this. I noticed that earlier already, some of the buildings are just abandoned. This was a guest house, so also like a hotel type thing. Looked a little bit awkward with like the dolls underneath, but this could be a very nice place, especially if you have so many bikers here around in the region. I don't know if that might still be something that happened from COVID or something. But it's not the first Imbiz or a guest house, a Gaststätte that I saw that was broken down actually. Although the rest, as you can see, the rest of the town looks lovely. It's just that one building that just didn't make it. Lovely. I like it when kids just go and wave, because normally they would try to rev, so they just want to hear you, and I never want to do that because I don't want to bother everybody here with my sound. I actually would like to come back. And you notice that a lot of these roads actually they get closed off for motorcyclists, like in the weekends, because people were just fed up, which I understand. However, I do not like, of course. So I just try to do my part, not to make more noise, but that's just adorable. If a little girl just stands like, hey. Our first, yeah. This has to be our first hairpin bin. They even have them here. Oh wow, that has been almost a year. At least it's really, really wide, but I was happy that there was a sign there. You would think that normally you would speed a little bit in order to make these twisties and turnies a little bit more nice, but because the maximum speed normally in the Germany on these kind of roads is 100, that's all you need. It's perfect. Of course, you go through some villages and everything else, but yeah, lovely. I don't know what to say. I'm happy. I don't mind doing this. So this is a flasher. It didn't flash for me, but this is normally how you would see them in Germany. They could be painted in any color, but blue and green is pretty normal here. I think probably a lot of bikers will speed here. Even if it's 100, it was a nice bit to just open it up. I can imagine. We're now on top of one of the mountains, and I think it has to be like a forest fire or something that happened here. You can see that all the trees are bald, but also you see over there, we just passed a couple as well. Or maybe the trees were ill, but this will be quite severe actually. I often get the question, is 600 cc's enough in order to do mountain passes? Short answer is it could be, but it all depends on what you're aiming for. Like, if you want to do mountain passes with 600 cc, yeah, perfectly, you will get up, no issue whatsoever. The only difference is you don't have any power lift. So if the incline is a little bit more, you need to compensate. Or if you're in a group with a lot of people that have a 12 or 1300 cc, then you start to notice that it's quite hard to keep up with the group. So as long as you go with other adventure bikes that are like 8 or 900 cc, no issue whatsoever. 600 would also be fine. Just adjust your expectations a little bit. However, on the other side, because you have a lighter bike, it's also nicer to ride and to flip it in the corners, especially if you have a super racer. You would enjoy yourself. Don't worry about it. So that's why I said it depends. If you plan for it, you will have the most wonderful time. It doesn't matter. If you go to another category like A1, A2, well, you might have an issue. I wouldn't take my moped to climb the Mount Everest, right? And still, if you look around here, even on the other side of the top, there's still a lot of trees that are completely bald. Almost expect something that happened here. Beautiful. I thought we were on the top, but we came from there. We're now going up again. I really have to check how high this Harz mountain is, because just talking about the CCs, you hear my bike revving, right? It's because I'm on a lower gear to still match and keep up with the speed. There's a parking. Let's see if I can just put my drone up in the sky here. Oh. Point. So in the evening over a beer I was talking to some locals, because yes, I wanted to know why on the old west side of the border the trees looked like this. And apparently locals told me that the trees were used as fuel for the fast going economy, and then they planted back just one single type of tree. And it wasn't an issue in the beginning, but later on, as the years become more dry and less water fell, the trees were not able to produce enough resin. And normally that wouldn't be an issue, but for some reason a certain beetle started to eat up all these trees, and that's the reason why half of them are dead. They are replanting in order to make sure that Harz will still remain the beautiful area as it is, as you can see here on this image, but now you know the story behind the black trees. Well, I can imagine that the Harz mountain looked more green than this. It's a shame to see it this way. Everywhere you look, pine trees completely either knocked off, knocked down, without any needles, so either dead or burned. And I think it's the first one. Unfortunate. And then you have a lake, also dammed in, actually driving over the dam. With also an opening here. Some more hairpin bends. I think this one is a decent one. It's always the first few always gets you, where you have to think again, like, oh, how did it go again? And then normally if you have like a holiday like this, day 3 is when you get it. Then you're not thinking anymore. So welcome in Eland. I find it funny that they always do it with the letters here in the region. I just saw the first signs as well for the Harz And Harz is like a steam train that goes to a couple of cities in Harz and also on top of a very, very famous viewpoint. We're not able to do that today because you need a little bit more time. If you get the chance though, definitely book that one in. Just get some tickets, you park in one of the lower villages. You can see it right over there. It is passing beautifully. But this train goes to one of the highest points in Harz with a beautiful scenery, beautiful viewpoint. And then on one of the lower villages you park and you step in. Tickets were not that expensive, but it takes a while for you to get up and then you need to go down and you still want to look around a little bit. And I wanted to see as much as possible today. I'm so happy I got the train though. So yeah, the train has stopped. So that just looks beautiful. Oh, here you see the train again. It's like a really, really old steamer. Beautiful. This is normally where you would get up. So I'm now in Drei aan de Höhe. Really nice. And the Brockenbahn. Beautiful. So if you look a little bit down the road, you will see a big mountain side. And my navigation is telling me that we are going up there. So that would actually mean a climb. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks from below. Somehow this feels more like mountains, where you're all the way down in a valley and then you see one road and you just go steep up. Beautiful. We have some bendies. As the maximum speed here is only 50. I can imagine the reason why they did that. Don't know if there will be a viewpoint for us. And I think we are getting very, very close to the suspension bridge I wanted to see. Whoa, it is busy. That is busy. Wow. Wow, that is busy. Dankeschön. So I'm just leaving from a pretty awesome place, I have to admit. This is like this big parking place. By the way, free for bikes, so don't worry about payment. And then you walk all the way up, and you have like this massive viewpoint, everything. So let's go through the tunnel, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And yes, I walked all the way back and forth, and I have some drone footage to prove it. And some pictures, but here, look, on the left you see one of the largest suspension bridges ever. I had to pay a bit in order to get up, and it was way more busy just half an hour ago. And then you have a zip line, and you also have a watchtower up here. Of course, it's very, very busy because I'm also driving over a Staumauer, a dam as well. It's very busy here, very touristy, but it's something nice to do in Harz. I really enjoyed this one. And every time when somebody goes with a zip line, because it goes all the way to the back, you hear everybody screaming. It doesn't matter who it is. And the bridge is really rocking at the same time as well. Really, really beautiful. That was a decent stop. I really enjoyed that one. We are now heading for half an hour more in order to get some lunch. I started late, so it's now 1:45. So yes, we need to cut our lunch break maybe a bit shorter, but if I'm home tonight at 8, it doesn't matter. Normally I like to be back at 4, but it's just one day riding, so we don't care. I want to see as much as possible. I already saw that the road here on the left was cut because of maintenance. It's really a shame because you can go all the way past that river over there to look at the suspension bridge, but then from the other side. But we are now heading towards the south. Oh. Shit, sorry. Ik zit gewoon totaal niet op te letten, man. I was looking around so much and enjoying myself so much that I didn't even see all the bikers behind me. Otherwise I would have gone a bit faster. As long as we're having fun. It's a neat little lake. Perfect for recreational. See a lot of cabins everywhere. Yeah, bungalows as well. Beautiful. And just like that, I'm looking on my map and all I see is twisties and bendies. And then the first thing that is next to the road is a 50 sign. I understand why. However, this was also nice with a bit more speed. This makes me remember about the Zweige kilometer, which was in Schwarzwald. There were so many people injured that they just said, you know what, let's just lower the speed and just do it that way. But it was really respectfully done. It's the end of season 1. I have a video on it. The silent kilometer. That's neat. You can also see that on the railing on each side of the road, they are predicting a lot of motorcycles. Because of that lower rail, we are way more protected. Because if that lower rail wouldn't be there and it would just be a couple of poles in order to hold up the rail that is intentionally there for trucks and for cars, that would be considered a cheese grater. If we hit that, you're pretty much gone. So that's why they put like an extra panel underneath to prevent that from actually keeping us in. It was still hurt, don't get me wrong, it was still hurt. However, you are not dead. That is a huge plus. You get to do it again, or at least you get to live another day. And as you could hear the revving from those bikes, yes, some people go faster here than 50. Nou, voor mij is dat hier. Ja. Oh. It's supposed to be a beautiful city.